Hey guys, this is MagolorRee. This is a continuation from the last story, Andri's Christmas story. This story more so takes place 8 years after she saw Rosaluna. It's been 8 years since I've received some rude comments from some boys. I've grown my hair out a bit and started shaping my voice to be a bit more feminine. I was 15 years old and my father was helping me develop my powers and how to control them. So far, I learned how to freeze things. As for everything else, I need to train with my father so I can learn from him and develop my powers better. When I was putting away my laundry, my dad asked me something.
Andri, dear, you want to learn how to step on water?
Step on water?
Well, more so create a path of ice where you walk.
Okay. Much later, my father took me to a place called Aquilo's Raft. It was named that because when my mom was pregnant with Juniper, he found that the best way to relieve his stress was walking on water. He loved seeing the fish under the water, as he made his own icy path. Eventually, it became a few large ice sheets after I was born. The ice sheets are so strong that it can hold up to about 500 pounds. He taught me how to feel calm amidst the cold and build up my ice power to my feet. The first try, I tried stepping, and after a few steps, I heard some boy call me out.
Hey, Ice Fawn, what are you doing freezing out here?
I fell into the icy water and scrambled back to land, freezing.
Hey, what's the big idea?
My dad says, picking me up. I look up and it was the same guy who picked on me. His name is Brett. He's got pretty short hair, one eye, and a coat with a metal band's name on the back. Amidst the freezing water, I was very irritated.
You're pretty weird trying to go ice bathing in full clothing.
It's not ice bathing, you idiot! I growl. My father looks worried.
Hey, don't pick on my daughter like that. You should know better than picking on someone who's a part of the royal family.
You're defending a tranny, huh? Brett stands up against me. I was furious.
Yes! Who the hell raised you like this? My father yelled.
Brett smirks and says, I hope the Gentoos rivalings get to you, and he runs away. For those who don't know, the Gentoos rivalings are an effective hunting tribe that hides amongst the Indigo Domain. They wear coats that are made of penguins, and their bodies are completely black, except their eyes and teeth. They feast on meat and fish from their hunts. They've been here for almost 2 years now, and they've taken about 10 soldiers from the Indigo Kingdom. The Gentoos rivalings are no laughing matter, as joking about them would most likely result in the person getting kidnapped and possibly becoming their next meal. I was this close to freezing him, but I couldn't control my powers yet. That was when Brett trips over something, and his left shoe was frozen.
What did you do, dear?
My dad looks at me. I couldn't say a word as it's starting to get colder. I fell over in the snow, and I was shivering so much.
Shoot. Hang on, dear.
He picks me up and rushes me back to the castle. I was unconscious for what felt like 2 hours. I then wake up in my room in my armchair. I had several blankets wrapped around me, and my hair was twisted up in a towel. I saw one of my servants come in with a dish. She was wearing a blue bandana and a white apron. Her hair was straight, and her eyes shimmered like a snow globe. She looks very polite. Oh goodness, you've woken up. Are you okay? She says. Yeah, warmer, I guess. What's your name? I ask. She has a warm smile on her face as she sets down the dish on the small table opposite. My name is Yukina Martinez. I was hired here about 5 weeks ago by Miss Harriet. I'm Andri. I'm the king's, daughter. You stuttered a bit, dear. Are you okay? Yeah. Okay, to tell you the truth, I'm not. I got bullied by a boy named Brett. Yukina looks worried. That's my brother. He's very reckless and he thinks picking on people is a lifestyle. Well, can I tell you something? Are you tired of him? He called me some really bad things over the years. Oh no, believe me, I am. I just haven't put him in his place yet because he always took advantage of me. Well, if you get me back up, I can put him in his place. I won't kill him, but I think I could do something that will change his actions. Yukina nodded. Thank you, Andri. Now dear, you should eat some soup, so we can regulate your temperature again. She lifts the lid of the dish, and the soup smells really wonderful. She fed me some spoonfuls, and I felt so much better. After 2 weeks, I was able to get back up. Yukina's been making me feel way better about myself, and I felt more comfortable around girls. This eventually landed me into getting a job at Miss Harriet's kitchen. A lot of women worked there, and they were in awe every time they saw me. You're so pretty, Andri. You look like the most amazing bauble coming straight from the Christmas tree. Such a cool gal. We were setting up dinner for the night in the main event hall. Mainly a large roast of ham, mashed potatoes, peas, some biscuits, and for dessert, some hot cocoa and cookies. I then heard someone knocking on the big front door of the main lobby. My mom then opens the door, and there was Brett. I say, back for more, Ice Boot? Listen, Andri, I'm sorry about the stuff I said to you for 8 years. My mom then looks at me. What'd you do, dear? Brett frowns. Well, she froze my boot after I slammed her with several slurs, and when I came home, the ice was stuck on my leg. To be fair, you deserved it. You called me a cross-dresser. I cross my arms. My mom looks at me curiously. How in the world did you freeze his leg, dear? Aquila was bringing you back home after you fell into snow. Well, I guess you could say I somehow controlled my powers when I fainted. Right, I'm sorry once again, Andri. Were you hit in the head with something? You can't have switched this quickly. I guess you could say a piece of wood fell on my head. I noticed a red spot within his white hair. Were you working with lumber, I ask? Yeah, bringing logs for Indian Sun's lumber company. He rubs his head. From what I gather, they ran out of helmets, and Brett had worked without a helmet the entire day until he got bonked in the head by a log. After a few hours, he woke up in the hospital, and he couldn't remember his name for about an hour. He couldn't remember who he picked on and why he picked on them over the years. My mom looks at the both of us. Well, I'm gonna go make some hot cocoa. Oh, Your Highness, could I possibly have some? I wanted to make up for all the stuff I said to your daughter. Brett looks up at her. I smile a bit. We all sat at the big table with my mom and Yukina were bringing platters of hot cocoa for all of our servants and our family. Yukina looks surprised. Andri, you made up with Brett? She says. Sis, remember? I got hit in the head with a big old log. Brett chuckles. We had to explain to my family that me and Brett put aside our differences as Brett completely forgot why he picked on me. To be fair, I wanted it to be that way. He's better off forgetting than making things worse for the both of us. This year, give joy to the ones you love, but also the ones who want to transition. Merry Christmas, everyone.